welcome back to the episode. We are again in Soul Reaver. This time it's a second installment, and it's time for us to start.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Moebius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. Free will is an illusion.
I found the tomb of Sarafan Chapel. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are open, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. This is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more apt.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands...
Well, this is completely unexpected. This orb disables our vampire enemies, leaving them helpless and incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Moebius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Moebius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
Ah, you two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Audron?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me, sir? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then. But consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings
and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how? I had not yet discovered.
And that is the intro. Right. We're going to have a bit of a look around here, see what's on. There's an awful lot of Vorador. Look at that. Vorador, 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 Vorador. Why is there so much Vorador around here? Isn't it supposed to be a Sarafan Stronghold? Why is there so much pictures of Vorador? Either Vorador was... Maybe he owned the place. That might be a thing. The swords are definitely different. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we can have back pain too. Sweet. Anyway, we have to open that thing. Let's remember the little color up there. And also Moebius said something very interesting. He said something about Kain being the fulcrum around the balance turns, right? Turning, as in going around. Usually when something is in balance, it, like a seesaw, goes back and forth. The idea of turning means going around, like a wheel. And that means that something else... Where have we had the term wheel before? It was the old god. Oh yeah, even the neck. Alright. Interesting. So the longer you wait, the more head scratchy and neck bendy thing it gets. Anyway. So the old god is basically the one turning the thing and whatnot. So, let's see. Okay. So we do this kind of thing, then we do the whole head bendy thing. Do we do anything with the arms or legs or anything? Nah. Normal stuff. It's actually kind of cool that there's some like also look at that one. Isn't that the symbol of the Sarafan? Might be. Anyway. Do we okay, can't do anything there. That's just an interesting looking pond. Alright. So we can fly, we can... Oh, look at that. We can attack normally. And I have a different... Okay, if I go into different directions, we have different attacks. There's also a heavy attack, by the way, which takes over for picking up objects and stuff. That's actually very interesting. You can also look around and whatnot. Do we have a... we can shift. View the map. Alright. And we have some Reaver stuff. Interesting. Can we... We can't really look at the map. The thing is, the map is only something that's available in here. This is basically the map. Helps you a lot. Oh, the red dot says we are there. Good. Sarafan Stronghold and the red dot. The red dot probably means we're in the rectangular thing, and the red dot means we need to get there, northwest or something like that. Interesting. So, but first, we have to get ourselves out of here. Yeah, there's a... Wait a minute. Okay, so this is the original time thing. Again with that symbol. Gears. Awful lot of gears. Even more gears. But there's nothing there. Okay, and as usual, if you don't know how to get out of here, we use the shift ability. Interesting. Yeah, we are kind of screwed here. Look at how thin the Reaver is. So the Reaver is present in the astral realm, but not in the physical one. Interesting. So, yeah, wait a minute. This is the door. Do we... We don't open it yet, no. I want to know what's inside here first. A little bit of twisty things. More souls. Interesting, interesting, interesting. And was it always a circle? But listen to the hum, it's amazing. Reminds me of a very specific cathedral, also with reddish looking guards. Very different. Do we have... Hey, look at that. We got ourselves some weapons. That one is weird. Let's remember that. The symbol is very specific. It's the Light Reaver. I do know a little bit about it. So, don't kill too many people. Right, that was the idea. There are rats around here. I mean, I could just defeat each and every single one of them. But what if we just don't? Okay. Oh, wait. My blood's blue. Interesting. I'm a royal. So, it looks like we... Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Ooh, that's a tricky one. Let's remember that. Okay, so we got ourselves a different sword now. Great. This is actually really good. Okay, so, no, that's not it. So we can't really move while blocking, but we can. The idea is to get behind it and do a heavy attack. And sidestep it. Then we do this. Alright. So... let's keep that sword. The thing is, can we... This is just normal thing? Normal thing? Ah, look at that. We have a little stabby merchant. See that? That's interesting. Could I sneak up behind the guy if I'm faster? Maybe. Down. Ah, come on. Okay. Ah. Oh wait, oh wait, oh wait, oh wait. Oh wait. Whoa. Woo! Nifty. There's much more flavor in the fight right now. Okay, so we can't get that way. So we have to get a different way now. We don't have a down slam ability yet. That one doesn't work. Of course it goes inwards. Could we... I want to take these things over there. Oh no. Oh, oh wait. Ow. Ay. So what do we got here? Interesting stuff. And another door. Interesting. Why does that one look so special? Everything is slightly shifted. The thing is, shouldn't the old god be present in here also? But it's not. It's a little bendy. Okay. We have a heavy attack. Can we... Okay. That's nice. So we can shoot things. Looks a little weird though. Wait a minute. We still might have the ability to use the force push Ah, perfect. That would be amazing. The thing is, we have a heavy attack and we have the force push. Let's use it to our advantage. Because the force push was the thing that makes each and every fight extremely easy. The problem is aiming, though.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Okay. So there are like awful lot of them. Okay. How do I do this? Whoa. Oh, wait. And we got one. Let's see. Blech. Ah, the camera is not your friend. I have to get... Oh wait. Wanted to use the force push, but it's not really helping. Oh, it takes very long. It takes very, very, very long. Okay, I want to use the force push to fight these. Whew. It does work, but the thing is we only have like this heavy attack thing. Oh wait. Oh wait. Ooh, that's a nice one. Oh wait. The problem I do have right now is like holding down shift and moving at the same time. Like this is really weird. All right. Okay, got that. Took a little bit. And I used up an awful lot of energy here. What about crouching? Crouching is still a thing. Wait a minute. Okay, so we can still jump higher. But does the weapon that we hold affect our jump height or not? That's the question. Oh, one other thing. Where did I come from? Always check your compass needle. Must be in spectral. Oh, okay. So we can get through that. That is a gate. That one goes east. Then we have... Where did I come from? Was that like the main way? Could be. It's actually very nice. Yeah, okay, so this is the way back. Okay. Look at the compass. Look at the compass, look at the compass, look at the thing. So we came from west and we have to go to east. But there could be a third. What do we? Yeah. East Sarafan Stronghold. I have to write that down, actually. And then there's also a north. But is there a south? No. Alright. So yeah, Sarafan Stronghold East. Let's write this down, just in case. Sarafan... East. Yeah, we... Wait a minute. We can fuel up, can't we? I mean, the skull is very interesting. It's old souls, right? And look at this, there are also new ones. Anything else around here that's specific? No. So, some of our powers are still there. Think about it. We wouldn't be able to use these powers if we wouldn't have them. And we wouldn't even be able to get on forward. Oh. Okay. So we got ourselves a huge cathedral room. Oh, everything in here is crooked. It looks even more crooked than in the first installment because everything seems to bend. It's so weird.
Away from the influence of Moebius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Moebius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Moebius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
That's a very good one. Maybe because the Reaver itself is a vampiric force thing, right? Same but different. Okay, whoopala. I want to use the projectile thing. The thing is, I can't really aim if I'm walking, so I can't use the spam thing in combat. It's a wee bit iffy. Oh no! I'm screwed. I lost the Reaver. The best thing about the Reaver was that you can use it. Ah no. I'm out of cut. Ow! Okay, got it. Oh, not again. Okay. Ooh, what was that? A double heavy. Okay, so they do just bleed out if you let them stay there, so you don't have to go all out on them. Let's see, if I were to use like this aim and like... Ooh, that's a nice one. Actually, that should have killed them. But look at that. It's nice that you can aim that. It's always like slightly on top of the head. But the thing is you can't use it in... Whoa. Wanted to evade forwards though. Ah, it's not working. Why not? Maybe my timing is off. Oh, no, they stabbed me. Okay. They're really good. They're really good at killing vampires. Yeah. Okay, so for some reason the Reaver is not as good as it was. The thing is I wanna use the shoot ability forward. That's not the one. Ooh, oh wait. Thing is, I always lose the weapon when I do that. Okay. The thing is, if I do the directional attacks, I always move on forward a little bit, so I can't really pinpoint my attack towards the enemy correctly. But this move right here, it's very important. Oh wait. So if you see that little light there, I don't know if that is supposed to be there in here. Because it kinda is a giveaway that a heavy attack is going to happen. Come on. They're not going to charge in, they just let me do my thing. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so using the throw inside combat, which was really cool in the first installment, you could just spam it, and it made the fight extremely easy, is now the most difficult thing to do. Great. Talking about balance. The throwing was one of the coolest things ever. The problem is you can't throw because it's a heavy attack. They could have just gotten rid of the heavy attack at all and just kept it the same way. Now I can't use the throw. I have to like aim properly, and I can't use auto aim with that. Is there maybe a button trick for this? Let's see. So we got like jump, action. This is the heavy attack. Then we got the Soul. That's all standard pretty much. We got block. I haven't seen that one actually very useful. As a counter attack would be very cool, but I don't know if that works or not. Auto face is very useful. Looking around also, the fact that you can shoot things is completely different from all of that. And yeah, that's also the old and new kind of thing. Look at that. Some of the symbols are completely different. Wait. Some of them got high res and some of them are completely changed. And then there's some other stuff that's somewhat looks the same. Mostly. Wait a minute. Look at the surroundings. I would say that this one looks better than this one. This one is too smooth. This one is a little bit rugged and all of that. But this is better when it comes to, well, actual detail. Anyway. Yeah. Like some of the objects are extremely high detailed, and then you have the surroundings, which is absolutely not detailed at all. Anyway, we cannot get there. We came from the east, and then there is this little side room over here that does nothing for us. So what's behind door number 3?
As I neared the stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me. An indescribable feeling of displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Moebius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire, how Moebius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible, until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me, became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long dormant spirit was now fully aroused. And for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity, willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leached to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me, As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control. What have you done to me, Moebius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Moebius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Sarafan in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the wheel of fate demands it.
What did you say?
The wheel of fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Moebius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Sarafan priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
Meaning that either we get stepped out. Oh. Huh. And this is a good explanation why our health bar is not so
This was
low.
the legendary Janos Audron, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villagers below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Audron truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
Just one picture over here. What do we got there? That's an interesting one. My health bar is going down slowly. That's interesting. Tap E twice to activate the Soul Reaver. Ooh, that's a nice one. Doesn't work. Oh, 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 oh. You can use it for a very long time. What happens if we get the circle all the way up? Holy crap. Okay. Almost about to die here. Look at how quickly that goes. Don't use it too much or it zaps you away. It's very interesting. And dead. Okay, so this thing can kill you. But what happens if we were to use it very, very long? Okay, we got the souls. What about this one? No. Let's deactivate that again. So, that means, we can't open that one yet. Let's remember that. There's like one over here, and another one over there. That is, okay. Let's remember that. Lights at beginning. Lights and dark at Kain. Soul Reaver, Rave. Sarafans. There you go. Right. I had to write that down just in case. So we came from over there. Open it up. We can go back and forth. But we don't need to because the way forward is that way. Wait a minute. Can we open that door again? No. But look at where the Reaver is. It's now complete and... Yeah, we fixed the Reaver, right? Isn't that kind of weird? Very weird indeed. So let's see how far we need to go to get out of here. Ooh. The thing is without this one and oh no. Okay, so I have to get extremely close to it in order to do the going around evade. There you go. Let me get that weapon. The Soul Reaver is nice and all, but not cool. And something still saps my energy, I believe.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here, and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Sarafan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become, and a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
So we have too many enemies? Okay. Whoa, away. No. I want to do the evade properly, but the thing is it doesn't work all the time. Okay, we got one. Alright. Okay, we got number 2. Let's get the souls. Okay, before they leave. There you go. Actually, there's no worry about getting killed. Right. We try to compare ourselves with the statue. Of course, the statue is a bit more smooth, more shining than anything else. But look at that. Could this be the Sarafan grave from the past? There was also a Duma. Look at that. The gargoyle kind of thing behind it. Interesting. No reaction though. So yeah, we got Duma. We got Sarafan. We got Raziel, that's ice. So this dude seems to be still alive. And Tural's still dead. This is Rahab, also dead. But look at the weapon here. Some kind of trident, right? No, wait, they all have trident. Wait, they all have trident? Some of them has swords. Sarafan, for example. And Duma also has a sword. Interesting. Tural has that one. Also had the ears, right? Oh, look. Kind of tells you that he is a water kind of creature. So what was this one? Psionic stuff. Maybe the armor is a giveaway of what kind of abilities they're gonna get. Like this one has horns as armors, right? Sarafan. Sarafan was the spider guy. So is there anything spidery on here? Like claws, legs, some thin stuff maybe? What about milk? No hair. Same thing there. But look at that. The helmet is even more pointier, right? Look at that. Much more pointier than normal. Interesting depiction. Okay, so wait a minute. Can we get through that door? I don't think so. And we got here how exactly? Oh look. Okay, so this is the way up. If there's a way up, there's usually also a way down. I think I came from here, didn't I? I have to check every time. And yeah. No. It's the rat on the floor. Alright. Yeah, they don't just come back. Once they're dead, they're dead. And we are wasting an awful lot of health for that. I want my Soul Reaver back that doesn't kill me. That would be sweet. Anyway. Okay. What happens if we were to destroy that? Nothing. There's one missing though. Something about markers or whatever. With an M. Not Malkia, but the other one. There's one missing. So this is the... Wait, there's... this one over here. Maybe you can open that up or something. Let's just have a little bit of a look around. Everything is again twisted. These things are burning a bit too bright. That is weird. Okay, let's try to get through that door. Don't think it works though. Nope, doesn't work like that. So, physical realm, physical realm, physical realm. And always look up sometimes. Look at that. Maybe there's a way there. Vroom. So, where else do we go? This one goes up. Maybe this one also goes down. Oh, haven't checked that one. But nah. Hey, wait. there's a door in the Sarafan Chambers. Let's write that one down. Sarafan Chambers, door, gate. Gate at names. Alright. If I do some backtracking, I don't want to backtrack blindly. And it should work like a... Oh. Now we have the higher ground, don't we? Can't get higher than that. Maybe there are certain... That's just standard glass. And this one goes east. Let's remember that. Before going through doors, always look at the compass so that you know where you are. But the camera is even more jiggly than before. And this is the way up. Okay, so we can only go up and towards the east. Kind of. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I don't see enemies here. Still. Yep, nothing there. Oh, okay. Large door for large entrance. No. Ooh, yes it is.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory. The land overflowed with abundant life and vitality, and I knew with certainty then that the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of Nosgoth, a lifeless husk bled dry by the corruption of Kain's parasitic empire. This was the fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition, heedless of the profound cost. The sight only deepened my resolve. I sensed that the pillars lay to the northwest. If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint him.
Okay. Let's just write down what we have here. We have whatever this thing is. And wait, how do you... Either there's a climbable wall or I have to fly all the way there. Wait a minute, I am able to swim, aren't I? Question is, can I get there? So this is a shadow door and lake. Okay, let's write that one down. Like door and chest, box, vase. Let's call it a vase. All right. This thing over here, and then that thing over there. Interesting. Alrighty, so there is actually a little bit of a problem in here with saving. It doesn't exist. That actually makes things a bit more complicated. So until now, you can't actually save, and I don't know. Yeah, we can't reach that other spot. Looks like we have to fall into the water. Let's see. So it's a... Oh boy, can I get rid of that motion sickness thing? That's ridiculous. No. Control options, maybe? No. There's no such thing as like motion blur, getting rid of whatever. Like the Moebius encounter was actually very, very iffy, and underwater it becomes a huge blur as well. Maybe we can... Yeah, we should actually be able to use the projectile from down here, if there's actually stuff down there. One way would be to switch to a different plane, see what happens, and we fall. Woof. Okay, so what do we have here? Bit more energy. Alright. The turning thingy is all the way over there. But yeah, we lost our blade, which is not really an issue. There are blades all over. And maybe they do even reset, so that's a good thing. That one looks like a climbable wall, pretty much. But yeah, you can... okay, if we... The thing is, you cannot move while doing that. So let's just go to the door on the right here. Look at all of those swirling kind of imagery. Was that the one? Yeah. So, and there we go. If you don't know how to control that, maybe you have to get to the other side first, but anyway.
I did not yet possess the means to unlock this barrier, but this enigmatic symbol was clearly the key.
Yeah, so this is oh, no, wait a minute. There's a symbol around and the symbol inside. And the symbol inside is the thing that you need. Oh, look at that. There's some kind of route there. Interesting, interesting. How does it actually look? Not that much different. Like, look at that. They just added a little bit of grass. The rest stays the same. Okay, hold on. Ah, there we go.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Yeah, how do we know that? We don't. So that could be a... That could be a save point, by the way. So, if you die and you end up here, let's just hope it's a save point. It's kind of interesting that now you have like additional technology in here that gives you safety options, whereas the manual saving thing is actually much nicer. So, and this is a shadow. Oh, wait a minute. Don't want the Reaver. Let's activate it. The door probably opens and the water goes away. No, it doesn't. Does it turn? Interestingly enough, nothing happens. That's good. To the right. Where I don't like the underground areas. Underwater areas. You don't see anything. So there is a large Reaver door over there. There is a enemies on the canyon over there. And again, there's like crystal. Interesting. So, what's underground? Let's see. Nothing that I can really notice. There are just fishes. Awful lot of fish in the sea. And I mean, there could be a hidden cave down there, and I'm just too stupid to find it because there's too much murky water around. Yeah, we're gonna go on to that way over there. Does the... Nope. The grass is not affected by us passing through it. Yeah, so that's a way up. And up. Okay. Trees are not affected by our attacks. Very good. This way. That is not good. Yeah, that's a little bit tricky now. Oi. We will have an awful lot of problems in here. Maybe you have to jump across. Huh. Oh, look, there's another one. There are two all the way over there. And this is how you get to this one, I believe. Okay, but we need the Reaver for this one first. Yeah, maybe this way is easier. There. Slowly. Oh, a glyph.
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence. By simply touching the symbol, I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Oh, no. Okay, so the other one was just a resurrection point, but this is a safety point. Really? This is the... I mean, it's... It kind of makes sense in terms of in-game lore, but... Does it also work as a kind of a quick travel thing? Not really. Look at that. Southern Lakes. Oh. Yeah, we're now at the bigger bluish area. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Can we also save in the spectral realm? That is the question. Yes, we can. Okay. Very good. The reason why the game just says 16 minutes instead of like an hour or whatever is because I had to restart. Because I didn't notice that the game doesn't have any safety options. And I kind of believed that it would be a thing. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. If you don't see any safety thing, if you haven't noticed it, then maybe you have to find it first. But the thing is, you have to start from the beginning all over. Oh look, that's a fire thingy. So we have like a few more vases around. Other lake, fire, river, 2 vases. All right. This one. There you go. Save. Good. There.
While I had only just escaped the stronghold, I sensed that in time my journey would return me full circle to this place. Infiltrating the fortress, however, would be no small feat. The balcony that had provided my escape was now well beyond my reach, leaving this massive gateway as the only means of entry. The gates were sealed, but like the time-streaming chamber I had seen earlier, their operation was undoubtedly linked to that odd crystal mounted above the entrance.
And the first glide section. Oh! Ghouls. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Press the wrong button. I want the Q to not be a heavy attack, but rather be a projectile thing again. That was so nice. Alright. So, where will be the next... That's not good. Stake creatures, left and right. The thing is, I'm in the wrong realm here. I have to get back there for a moment. I have to be in the human realm. Ah, okay, wait. So these things just appear. Whatever. So we can fall down. And usually, inside the waters, you get yourself... that way. Ah, it's just another way around. Let's shift. Oh, yeah. Still creepy. But the thing is, when you're in the spectral realm, you can actually see things. Clearly. So... this way. Actually, if you orient yourself like that, and you do the big jump, you get much more of a speed boost. So, doing that while swimming is actually a very good thing indeed. So, let's see. Now we can actually like end the first episode. Took a little bit of a, or maybe the first 2 episodes, whatever. Let's just go checkpoint after checkpoint or something like that. That makes the most sense. Alright, so like and subscribe of course as usual, and ta-ta.